So I was a software engineer and then I became a nanny. I actually studied nutrition and I worked as a nutrition counselor for a few years, but I was always interested in tech and more like problem solving type of stuff. Though I never pursued that because I never thought I could do it and I wasn't exposed to that stuff in high school because it wasn't available. Yeah, then I heard about boot camps, so I attended a boot camp. I became a software engineer. I think I got a job, about 2.5 months maybe after graduation. It was an internship, and that internship turned into a full-time position. I was at that same company, small nonprofit. Yeah, it was honestly pretty great. I really liked it. I mostly mostly have nonprofit experience. So for me, even though the pay was not like what you see in most companies for junior engineers, for me, it was still far more than I thought I would ever make. And, every company has its issues, especially when it comes to like upper management. So we did have that, but overall in my department, in my position, I was pretty happy. And the only reason these layoffs happened was because we partnered with schools, mostly public schools, and we offered more of like a DEI service. Lots of these schools lost their COVID funding, so they had to cut back on, unnecessary services, us being one of them. About, I think, 20% of the company ended up being laid off. That was that. And I applied for unemployment. I was receiving unemployment, but the job market was really bad. And for the first few months, I didn't try too hard because I figured, take some time off. And I did do a little bit of traveling. I already had these trips planned, so, I just took them. A little bit before my unemployment was about to end was when I started grinding more with job applications, and I wasn't even getting interviews. So just kind of like a word of mouth type of thing through a friend. This job as a nanny came up, and I grew up with kids. I have 10 nieces and nephews, so I was always exposed to infants, children. When I worked as a nutrition counselor, that was a lot of like maternal and child nutrition, so I was exposed to children, their development, nutrition type stuff. This particular family was needing an overnight nanny to do feedings, and I had actually applied for like full-time, but they ended up going with somebody else who had a lower rate, but I was given days. They pretty much wanted like every night covered for the baby, but the other girl that they gave the full-time position to, obviously they were only doing 5 days out of the week, or I think maybe they ended up switching to 4/10s, and then I was doing basically covering the days where she wasn't available. Honestly, I really liked it. I would just go over, I would sleep there. If he would wake up, I would feed him. Eventually, I kind of got him sleep trained. So once he started sleeping through the night, my hours started dropping for overnight, and then I was given more daytime hours to fill gaps where their full-time daytime nanny wasn't available. Then when he was fully sleep trained, I did daytime and weekend and overnight every now and then if, one of the parents was going to be out of town. Yeah, I really liked it, and I still work with the family. I'm more of a weekend nanny, I suppose. I do watch him still every weekend. I have a shitty full-time daytime job now, so I don't watch him during the day anymore. But yeah, that's how I went from software engineer to nanny. It's been great. I really enjoyed it. I still do. I do work Monday through Friday at my office job, and then weekends with the baby. Even though I'm working Monday through Sunday, it doesn't really feel like I am, because hanging out with him for me is fun. I enjoy it. And then when he naps, he'll do at least 1 2 hour, sometimes 3 hour nap. So I have downtime to just chill, or like work on applications. So it doesn't feel like I'm always working, if that makes sense. But yeah, with the state of AI, I wasn't expecting for the job market to get as bad as it did. And I would like to go back to tech, but I don't know if that's gonna happen, if, when, or if it even makes sense. I haven't been at my new job for even a month yet, so I think I want to start getting back into the groove of applying to jobs, see if I can find anything. Just because, first of all, this job that I have doesn't pay well, and I can go into it more in another video, but it doesn't pay well, and my commute is an hour each way, so 2 hours, it's a lot of wasted time, and I don't mind the drive. For me, it goes by pretty fast, but I do worry about the wear and tear on my car, because that's a lot of miles. Yeah, that's been my experience so far. I was laid off for a little bit over a year before I got a full-time job, and this job is not in tech. Maybe I'll go into more detail at some point about how much I make as a nanny versus how much I made as a software engineer versus how much I make at my current job. Any questions, you can let me know. Yeah, see you next time.